Good afternoon, all you fabulous people. Hope everything is going well. Subscriber count 405. Thank you all for your continued support. This is awesome. I never thought I would even get this far. So thank you all. Continue to listen to me rant about cardboard. Hope some of this helps out. Code JCH gets you a free month of premium. I took a week off because the market was pretty quiet last week. But things seem to be heating up a little bit this morning. So I figured I'd revisit. Hope you guys are all having a fantastic week. And first off, Bonds of Ancestry Red. The rainbow foil is pretty much disappeared from the market, which is pretty crazy. $50 is the only listing here for the rainbow foil. I think the last sold were like, it looks like $4, something like that. But I'm guessing this is all due to the ban and restricted announcement of yellow and blue being banned off of Zen doing too well. But the red is still fair game. So just wanted to point it out. There's only one on the market right now. Mind Warp. I assume this is prep for Rosetta. This is the rainbow foil is going up. It's about $10 now. I think the past few sales were like $8, and then they're $5. So it's moving up, getting kind of removed from the market a little bit. There's only like 9 listings, but there's a bunch of playsets there. So just keep your eye on this card. I do think it's pretty good. If this deals 2 or more damage to a hero, they shuffle their hand in the deck and they draw that draw that many cards -1, so pretty good effect. Rowdy Locals, the rainbow foil. Lots of people have been saying this card is pretty good. It's a blue block 3 as well as with a good effect as that you can sink or discard like Crouching Tigers or Phoenix Flames or that kind of stuff to get extra value, and then make your opponent discard. So it kind of puts some your opponent like in a damned if they do, damned if they don't kind of situation. They either have to block this or they get to lose a card, basically. As well as it being a blue block 3 is really good. So the rainbow foil is up to about $8. I think the non-foil is still around $2. I think this is a good time to pick up your playset of the non-foils at the very least. Under $9 for a generic Majestic that is seeing some play seems pretty good for a playset. Erase Face, I think this is still cooking off of Rosetta. The rainbow foil is moving up. It's about $14 for the rainbow foil. This will turn off the fuse effects and stuff like that. So pretty good on hit. I think the non-foil is still pretty cheap. $5 for a non-foil. I do think this is starting to get to the point where I would wait. Even when this card was really good, like versus Fi, I think it was like $8. $9. Even for the rainbow foil. So this is actually more expensive than it was a year ago. This is pretty much his all-time high. So I would hold off a little bit unless you absolutely need this card. Dissolve Reality. Enigma is cooking with this card a little bit. Seems to be performing better than people expected. It's a 0-cost yellow and it blocks 3, as well as it gives you kind of card advantage. The rainbow foil is moving up. It's $14. There's only a few left on the market too, like a playset, and then they're gone. So I would suspect this to continue to go up unless stock replenishes. And even the non-foil, there's only 8 listings, so just keep an eye out on Dissolve Reality. Magnetic Protocol. This is one of the EAs from, I believe, Collings. There's only one on the market. Last sold were about 50, but there's one on the market for 101. So if you have these might be worth listing now. Mechanologist is starting to cook in the meta a little bit. It will be interesting to see what happens now that Zen, Bonds Zen anyway, is been kind of knocked down. I'm guessing Crouching Tigers Zen pretty much replaces him, but there were some mechanologists cooking, so keep your eye on this. Soulbound Resolve, the cold foil is up to almost $37. Oh, that's actually $40. Wow, because of the $4.50 shifting. This card is getting more and more nuts because of the Precon Bolton deck. It allows you to charge on your opponent's turn when you're blocking and get like additional effects, which Soulbound, every time you charge, prevents one damage, which is pretty darn good. This card is becoming better and better, as well as being able to charge off of the Saving Grace, the D-React in there. So this card is becoming really good. The rainbow foil's still like $13. I would pick up your rainbow foil if you need it now. I think the cold foil is pretty up there now. There's only 5 listings of the cold foil left, so just keep an eye out. Rudy Gem Kimber, we mentioned this a couple weeks back at like 150, and they're gone, up to 300. None of them sold at that price. I think people are just kind of bumping their price up, so I would hold off on this. Swell Tidings is moving up, as well as for Rosetta hype, as well as I think this also off of the Aether Flare and Aether Wildfire ban in Blitz. This card became much better and probably found a home in Blaze. So I think this card, as well as one of the the stronger Wizard cards, is pretty good. $5 for the non-foil. The rainbow foil is $9. So I could see this card continuing to move up. Rattlebones is on the rise at $12 for a copy. Just a very good effect, and allows you to cheat action points and stuff like that. So it's a good card. Hanami Blaster. There was some down to like 30 like last week. One sold at 35. I think there was a couple more sold. One sold at 30, 32. I think this is just low stock being bought out. It just got too cheap. I almost bought one at like the 31. I don't think this is seeing much play though, but still, Dynasty Marvel is extremely rare, and the Mechanologist one seems to be one of the better ones. Fyendal Spring Tunic, the Evo one, is up to $100, which is kind of crazy. This used to be the cheapest one. Let me check on the overall listings every time I talk about this. White Border's $93. Wow, yeah. So I think that Welcome to Wraith Tunic at $132 is looking better and better. I would buy the Crew Tunic over White Border or Evo if you have just to stay around $100. But the 132 I think is worth it still for Tunic. This card is just buy the rainbow foil if you can. It's just fantastic. $100 here. Oh, this is non-foil Black History Pack. Command and Conquer, the Fabled, just is the two were bought at like $700, and now it's $1,000 for this card. And there's only one listed there, and then it goes to $1,750. But that's a BGS 9.5. That's worth some premium. I'm not sure that much premium, but just wanted to point that out. That basically a $300 swing on Command and Conquer and low listings. Construct Nitro Mechanoid. These were sold at, there was one a month ago that was like 110, then now 150. Now it's back up to 275. Low listings again. I think Dynasty is starting to get dried up a little bit as far as singles, especially the high-end singles that are hard to find. So keep your eye on this. I did see some privately sell recently for like 150-ish, 100, something like that. Vambrace, I sold a few at like 20, but these are back up to 28 for the rainbow foils, which is odd. I do think this is good against Enigma and Prism, but it's a generic legendary. I think anything $20-$30 for a generic legendary is pretty good still. Time Snap Potion. This is the cold foil promo, I believe, from Nat season, and there was a few sold at like 75. People thought they were too cheap apparently, and now it is 135. Only Magnolia Sealed Games has, or Magnolia Gaming Sealed has one listed on the market. So if you have some, it might be worth putting these back up. This one is interesting. We keep talking about this card and how good Zen is doing, but I just wanted to point out that the 12 petal Kasaya, there's a rainbow foil and cold foil printing one that the rainbow foil I believe is like $24. The cold foil is $108 here, but if you go to the cold foil EA listing, it's $60. Go ahead and pick up the $60 version. This is too cheap for this card. It's an EA cold foil on a winning deck that's still probably going to be winning. Creating Zen tokens are busted. When you transcend, you gain a resource. That's also very good, and it blocks too. This card's really good, especially for $60. I think the cold foil's underrated at this point. The other thing with that is there's only a cold foil version. The cold foil is only EA. So the other listing there that I accidentally just clicked out of, if you just buy the straight cold foil, it's going to be an EA when it shows up. So buy the EA version at $60, I think is a steal pickup. Evo Steel Soul Tower Marvel. There was a couple sold over the past few days. 50, basically 45 to $60 were bought, and now there's one here at 60. Then it goes 65, then 85, 90. Like I said, Mechanologist is cooking a little bit, and this one is used in all of the new mech heroes. I don't think Inventor Extraordinaire uses any of the Evos yet, or at all. So I think this is one of the better Evo Marvels to pick up. Truce Retold. This is a rainbow foil promo from, I believe, the pre-release packs. A couple have sold at $210. There was only one listed at $20, and then now somebody's listed at $2. Just wanted to point it out. If you wanted this card, $2 for a rainbow foil from a pre-release pack doesn't seem that bad. Especially when they were randomized for pre-release. Blink Rainbow Foil. There's been a number that are around like $4 or $5. There's one here at basically, let's call it $154 plus shipping $3. Seems like a pretty decent deal. Gaining an action point seems pretty strong, especially in Fab 2.0/3.0. They've made it harder to get action points, so a zero cost blue that gains an action point seems pretty strong. Could fit in pretty well into some decks. It's an instant as well. Infiltrate, 84 cents for a lightly played version when the other listings here are like $2.50. Seems like a pretty good deal if you need a copy of Infiltrate. Tome of Harvest, the non-foil is like $3.50. There's an unlimited rainbow foil here at $4. That seems pretty good. $5.50 even. Pretty much any of these four here that are listed under, let's call it $5, $5.50, I think is a pretty good pickup here. What's the first edition rainbow foil at? I'm sure it's somewhere around there. Oh no, it's even higher, $8. This could be potentially used in the Earth Heroes as well. So the $4 to $5 range seems like a pretty good pickup for the rainbow foil. KO Armed and Dangerous. I just wanted to point this out again. There's two listed here at $25. Last week it looked like they were listed around $50. Again, I did buy one at 15 cents supposedly, so we'll see if that ever shows up. And if I do, I'll make sure to ping back on that. But $25 for a rainbow foil KO Armed and Dangerous over the $130 Marvel seems like a pretty good way to bring out your hero without too much hurt on the wallet. The rainbow foil preserve tradition. This is from Buy a Box promos. $13 seems pretty alright, especially considering just a couple days ago some were sold for $24. So there's four here listed at like $13. I think this is a pretty good pickup. A lot of the Mystic Heroes are using a good chunk of the Transcend / cheese cards, so I think this is a good pickup in general, and you always consider putting all of them in even if because your hero ability makes it's pretty busted, as well as some of the other cards in there being able to capitalize off chi. So I think this is always a consideration for a deck. $13, like I said, seems like a pretty good pickup. Widespread Destruction, $3.15 for this guy. It seems too cheap. There's a bunch here that are like under $2 basically. And then they go up to like $4. These seems pretty good. Vincent just hasn't cooked that much yet. I think her time will come, and these rainbow foil widespreads are going to be heavily sought after. There is the EAs, so keep an eye out on those. But these are a fraction of the EA cost. You can basically pick up three or four play sets for the price of one EA. So I would go after the rainbow foils, in just my opinion, best bang for your buck kind of thing. Sink below, I wanted to point this out. The rainbow foil unlimited, there is not that many left on the market. $7.50 or 60 cents for 2 here at Haven Games. I would be careful of moderately played, but for half the price of basically a near mint, seems like a pretty good pickup. I just couldn't believe how few listings there were here for the unlimited rainbow foil. Just wanted to point it out. Eloquent Eulogy, similar to the widespread. This card is going to be pretty much an auto include in Vincent. Maybe even another Shadow Runeblade here in the future. We'll see. $1.25 or anything under like $2, I think, is a steal for picking up this card. The rainbow foil is still like $8. So yeah, you can pick up a play set for less than 1 rainbow foil. Go ahead and pick these up. That's crazy. Good Time Chapeau, the cold foil headpiece. This is one of the best specialization headpieces. This is from an armory kit, and I think it at $12 seems like a pretty good price. This card was up to like $50 when it first came out, 45. Now it's slowly trickling down. If you have any interest in Betsy or just Guardian, just Betsy, I think $11 for a cold foil hat. You also got to remember that these were split. It wasn't 4 cold foils for that armory for the month. It was one of the other hats and this one were split, so there was 2 of each per the month. And it hasn't been back since then. So there is less of these than, like, say, the Cosmo from Enigma for the newest armory kit. So I think this is a pretty good pickup. And if you have interest in Betsy, I think this headpiece is hard to beat value-wise. Mask of Recurring Nightmares, the cold foil EA, is at $80 for a lightly played. That seems like a pretty good deal. New's been winning some events, and now that Zen has been taken down a notch or a half notch, maybe New has some more room to go. These EAs at like $80 and under is just wild to me. And this one you just banish a card from your opponent's hand. Seems fair off a chi. And it's a once per turn attack reaction, so it helps trigger some of your effects off the attack reactions as some of your abilities excuse me, require a certain number of attack reactions to get an additional effect. Mistcloak Goalie, the cold foil, is under $100, which is wild to me as well. The rainbow foil is $33, so the cold foil being at $96 makes a lot of sense to me. I think under $100, this card's a steal. This has the Marvel background. I say it every time. I think that's worth some kind of premium over the rainbow foil, because the rainbow foil is a non-foil chi back, which is I don't know why they did that. Double rainbow foil it. Come on, guys. Anyway, seems like a pretty good price. And last but not least, the Sacred Art Jade Tiger Marvel continues to plummet. This card is so good. It's also a gorgeous Marvel. I have one on just over in the corner on the second listing here, but this is crazy to me. A deck that's winning or was winning the majority of the things. His key deck card is $48 for its Marvel version. That it ain't easy to hit is just crazy. Anyway, thank you guys all for your continued support. code JCH gets you a free month of premium at Fyendal's collection. Thank you all for your 405 subs. Let's shoot for 500. Let's keep going. Hope you guys all have a fantastic week. Bye.